What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we have another states recap. This time around we have Armani, who talks about his Rayquaza Manaphy deck that he actually used at Malaysia States. They actually made cut with it, and it's the same old, the Mega Rayquaza with the ammo break, 30 times the amount of your bench Pokemon, 30 damage times the number of your bench Pokemon, so 5. You're 150 with 6, 180. Which knocks out the majority of the Pokemon in the game. But he did play an interesting card, and that is this Manaphy EX. Manaphy has the ability Aqua Tube. Each of your Pokemon that has any water energy attached to it has no retreat cost. So if they do Lysander Bahoopa, maybe Lysander Shaman, you can just attach a water energy retreat, and it now has free retreat, which is great. But we talk about his list. As you see, he's kind of like the Hex Quaza list, the Speed Rayquaza list. He plays AZ, Hexmaniac, Judge, Lysander, Birch, Sycamore, and Winona. So that's his deck. 4 Shaman, Sacred Ash, Skyfield, everything else is pretty much the same. But hopefully you enjoyed this deck, and let's see the interview. And also, the interview might seem kind of weird when I recorded it. It was really stormy outside, so it made the internet quality kind of bad. But hopefully I fixed it. Hopefully you can't really tell. But you'll see bits and pieces of where you can see it's cut off at. But yeah, let's see the interview. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we're doing another states guest recap. And what's your name?
Armani,
Okay, and what states are we talking about?
the recent Malaysian states.
Okay, now I know you play the interesting Mega Quaza Manaphy deck. Before we talk about your deck, let's go over Swiss and how it went.
Okay, first round, it's actually kind of unfortunate first round because I bumped into my great friend. We play test a lot, and he's actually using about 95% similar to my deck. The only difference is that he didn't use Manaphy, but he used Latias, banking on the donk on night marches, etc. So in that game, let me think again. Oh yeah, first game, it was actually pretty close. Both of us set up quite well, and I got the first kill on his Mega Rayquaza, and then price exchange went into my favor. That's just it. And second game, he went first, and he had a bad start, and my hand was like amazing, right? I managed to do like turn one double Mega Rayquaza, one attach in front, and then I hex him. So that game I won, but because we are great friends, we tied that game. So that's match one. So match two, I actually played with a the second place Edmund Tan. Yeah, he ran a straight Zora Evital and he tagged in a Toad. Um, it didn't really go so well for me that one. The first match, he started quite well. He went first. He started quite well, and I had a bad hand. I had a Shamin, and my hand is just full of energies. I had like water energy, DCEs, and then I just passed like 2 turns, and I top deck a Sycamore. Then I'm like, what? Come on. So I just scooped and then go game two. And I knew that if I can set up quite well and I control my bench, I can actually have the game because then he kind of really one-shot me, right? But game two, I didn't really have he had things going in my favor, and I was forced to play a lot of Shamins down, and that kind of like give him like free prizes because all he did was just like Sandri kill Shamin, like Sandri kill Shamin, and then he got a game. So I lost game two, unfortunately. So I'm already like 0-1-1, and I know like, oh man, to make cut I have to win all four. So we had lunch break. I had KFC, and at KFC I was just like emoing and like, oh gosh, I need to like win everything right now. Okay. So okay, match three. Match three, I played against an interesting deck. A Vespi Queen Zoroark, I think. Yeah, he ran time puzzles and stuff. Sorry, Puzzle of Time. What's it called? Is it called Puzzle of
Yeah,
Time?
puzzle time. Yeah.
Yeah. Game one, it's pretty close. I left with one prize and was like one prize, one prize. I only can remember how he finished me off. He Zoroark break, and he filled up his bench, and boom, emerald break. So that was the first game. Second game, I controlled my bench quite well. I just make sure I have three always just three or four, and I don't really play down my Shamin if only if I date Drew, then I need the Shamin. Only then I'll play. And I have a Jirachi promo in my deck, and I use Jirachi promo quite often, discarding all his DCEs. And I think game two he had to discard one time puzzle, and he used already three time puzzle. So I don't think he can stream his attacks consistently, and therefore game two went to my favor. And then game three, he went first. He only had I think combi, and I think a Shamin down and another a Zoro, and I went second. I had a beautiful start. I just Lysandre the Zoro, and okay, you're dead. Okay, I kill that. Okay, then every time he played down a Zoro, I just Lysandre kill. And I knew that if he wants to knock out my Mega Rayquaza, the Vespiquen, right? The amount of Pokemon he has to discard is just too much, and that means he has to go through his whole deck, and that would be too much for him. You see, so game three went to my favor. Then game four, again I faced a very crazy deck. It was a Garchomp, like 4-4-4 Garchomp, I think, or 4-3-4 Garchomp, the new Garchomp, and with Octillery and like full of Focus Sash. That was crazy. Game one, he had turn two Garchomp. Well, thank goodness for my resistance. You know, he can't really one shot my Mega Rayquaza, and I have Manaphy as well. So the reason why I choose Manaphy, because I felt that this deck lacks mobility unless you tagged in Zoroa and Floatstone, which I think uses too much space. So because every time Garchomp attacks, right, I will have a lot of damage. I'll just retreat to another one, and then boom, attack. Every time he attacks, I just retreat to another one, and then boom, attack. And Garchomp is a stage 2 attacker. He needs a lot to stream the attack, so he can't keep up with my pressure. So game one, and game two is actually kind of similar to that game one. So I had that game. Fourth match, I play against Malik. He was using a deck of mine. It's an Evital Gabodor with like breakpoint update, max elixir, delinquent, etc. So game one, I went first. He went first, and then he didn't have much things going on. Just a Evital and a Trubbish, I think, and I managed to set up quite handsomely. And then price exchanges went into my favor. Game two, however, was a really close match because he played Delinquent, he countered Stadium, and I discarded my Secret Edge too early in the game. So that was quite a struggle for me. So he won game two. Game three, it went all the way to time. Best three turns, and the third turn, I won the match. And it's like so sour because we wanted to see each other like at top cut, but we just have to cross path that way. The final match, I play against Lawrence. He is playing a disgusting deck, Trevenant Break. Yeah, Trevenant Break, Balloons. Wow, that was when I heard his name, I got paired with him. I'm like, oh boy. Then I was like thinking about my deck. Too many items. I think I am going to have a hard time, right?
Yeah.
So I won the coin flip. That was pretty cool. And then from turn one, I knew I just have to go through my deck as fast as I can, and I did it. So I had two Mega Ray set up. Manaphy was an asset in this game, really an asset. And I didn't really bench down Hoopas because I didn't want him to like Sandre and stall. And even with my free retreat from Manaphy, that's like an extra attachment which I don't want to waste. So game one, I set up and I just streamed through. He can't even break. I think he just break evolve just one time, and I just steamrolled the whole game. Then game two, he went first, and he had the turn one Trevenant lock going on, and he had like Trevenant at the back is like Phantom and a Shamin. And my hand is like all item cut, but just Lysandre. So I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, I Lysandre the Shamin. I play down all my items, managed to get some Pokemon going there, but no Rayquaza. So I was like thinking, okay, this is weird. I didn't even get a chance to check my deck out, okay? And then his turn. Set up another Trevenant, evolve to break, and then just use the breaks attack, right?
Yeah.
Then my turn, I got another Lysandre. Alright, so I Lysandre the Shamin again. And this time, I get to search my deck. So I Ultra Ball, search my deck, only to know that 3 Rayquaza is prize. So I'm like, okay, scoop, let's go game 3. And game 3, so I go first, and I know if I go first, I manage to if I can set up, then it's pretty much my game. Because I don't think he played a lot of like energy disruption. It's the bursting balloon list, I think.
Okay.
And he also tagged in an Espeon EX, but he didn't really use Espeon EX. And I set up, and I think he did Drew, and yep, I just killed all the phantoms, and that is pretty much my Swiss journey.
Okay. Now going to top 8, are you excited?
I was really excited, but I'll tell you what, okay, when I know that 411, definitely I'll be in top cut already, okay? So waiting patiently for the order of the top cut, because that is really important, right?
Yeah.
To know the pairing. And I knew that going in top cut, I heard that there was a lot of YZG. There were Vespiquen, Zoroark, Yveltal Zoroarks. It's pretty much good matchup for me, except for one deck, okay? And I don't want to face this one deck. So, turns out that I faced this one deck. it was Jason Young. He was top seed, and then I got like 8th seed, I think. My resistance was a little bit low because I think my opponent they kind of like went back after a few rounds, and they gave up. They just went back, so that kind of pulled my resistance down. That was a little bit unfortunate though. So I knew that I had to play Jason, and he is also like a good friend of mine. And then we play tested quite a lot also, and I knew that he's playing Giratina, Toad, and he's so good in that deck. So I was just like, oh, okay, there goes my top cut. I went back home, didn't really bother about top 8. Then the next day I went to top 8. I was just like, I'm gonna just try my best. So top 8, game 1, it's pretty straightforward. He just Giratina lock, and he just trash all my DCs away. And he plays like them a lot of disruption cards. Zoroark, Team Flagrant. I tell you, it was the most boring game of my life. Game 2, are you good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Game 2, it was actually quite interesting because and then I think he's Sycamore, and he didn't bench anything. I just go back to my turn. I set up everything, and I donked that Giratina. And game 3, unfortunately, I opened to a Shamin, and I did Drew all the way, and game just go to him. And that is my journey.
Hey, but still a top 8 with a Mega Quaza Manaphy, still great. So congratulations.
Thank you, man.
All right. So I guess the first question is, why did you decide to play this deck?
Well, I choose the deck because I predict that before states tournament, I saw that a lot of my friends and a lot of the community, they were like purchasing Trevenant breaks, asking for list of Trevenant breaks. So I predict that a lot of people don't really like Trevenant breaks, so they will play a lot of Yveltal. And I know in KL, in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, a lot of my friends, they love Yveltal. So I just got this hunch, and I think that would be a lot Ivatal. I actually was planning to play Zoroark, straight Zoroark Ivatal, the deck that I played for Malaysia Cities, the recent Malaysia Cities,
Hmm.
and actually won that tournament. So I was planning to play that deck. Then I thought to myself like, then it will be too many mirror match, and I don't really like mirror match. So I'm just gonna go YOLO and play this hardcore deck.
Okay. All right. So you didn't play any like tool disruptions like Zerosic or Megaphone? Did you ever want one?
Yeah, like at some games, I wish that I could have cut Winona for Zerosic. I missed the Rosic actually because before the tournament, uh, I was like wondering because like even in Malaysia, there's a lot of night march players, and I choose Winona over Zerosic because then it's easier to get the Altaria out. But at the end, it's kind of like it hit back right back into me. So yeah, I would definitely cut Vinona for Zerosik if I ever to play the deck again. That would be the change I'd do.
Okay. Would you make any other changes to the list or no?
Yeah, I would. Other than that, I think not really. I was actually considering playing a second Manaphy, like cutting down a switch for a Manaphy. I didn't really need the switch the whole day. The escape rope was pretty cool though.
Okay. And how good was Drachi?
Jirachi was a very, I think it was clutch against my mirror match or even the zero out matches and Vespeq matches, anything that utilizes DCE. I had this like a cute turn where I just advance my Jirachi, discard, and then just set up or disrupt further like Hex Maniac. And it kind of like stopped their flow for a while and but still even if you cut Jirachi and you add maybe another Mega Rayquaza, it kind of like it's the same thing because you knock out something and you discard their stuff, right? But I felt that that extra turn you buy discarding the DCE and having the immunity, especially against non-EX decks, it's actually quite a luxury turn to have.
Okay. All right. So how many championship points you at right now?
I'm currently sitting at if I'm not wrong, 125. So another 75 more to qualify. I'm Southeast Asia region, so just 200 championship points.
Okay. All right. Have you been to the World Championship before?
Well, I have not been to Worlds before. This will be a great opportunity for me to visit Worlds. A lot of my teammates, they already been there, they talked to me about it, and I'm actually looking forward to go. Considering that this is actually my first year being in a uh, being in a professional, what I'm trying to say. Basically, my first year working, I just graduated not long ago, so I can actually then afford my own travel expenses. Like last time, I'm a student, I just have to like study and study and study, and traveling is too much for me.
I understand that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to give any shout outs to anybody?
Yep, I want to give a shout out to Team Hunters Malaysia. They're my beautiful teammates, and also Hyrule. Actually, Hyrule was my first round opponent. I think I forgot to mention his name. He's the one who presented me his Mega Rayquaza skeleton, and then I come up with some modifications and added that Manaphy. Also, would like to shout out to. Um, Arthurvan because he always play tested with me, and basically the Malaysian community, because we are like a tight community, not much players actually, and having the Sunday leagues is it's a really a nice, it's a pleasure.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview. Hopefully you get that Worlds invite. That'd be pretty cool to see you there, man. But hopefully everybody enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Sorry that the quality was kind of bad. You can see it kind of cut out right now.
No worries, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. And good luck, and hopefully we see you at Worlds. And thanks for everybody watching. Hope you have a great day. Alrighty, bye.